Hi everyone! So, as you've probably seen from the title, I am talking about my experience when I was pregnant and how I found out I was pregnant. So, at first, it's sort of like when you do loads of sit-ups and you've got like an ache in your tummy sort of feeling. It was like that, and I thought, haven't done any exercise in a while, and that sort of achiness sort of feeling lasted about like 2 days, and then I sort of waited for my period to happen, and it was like really light period, sort of like spotting sort of thing, and then I think after a week just waiting for like a normal flow to happen, it didn't, so I thought I'd best take a pregnancy test, and then the cheap like little stick ones, I got one of those. One was a line, the other one was like really faint. So I was just like, I might as well just get one of the digital ones that says like if you are or not. And it came up that I was. So that's basically how I found out. I didn't have any other symptoms, just like it just felt like I did loads of sit-ups, and that lasted about like 2 days. Just the achiness, that was about it. I think it was probably like my muscles expanding, like moving to the sides or something. Also, after I had the cramp in, I found out I was pregnant. I think it was 2 months after that. I think it was like, I found out I was pregnant in September, I believe. And then so October through to December, I had like flu, felt like I had flu sort of cold feelings for 2 months straight. And then after that I got the flu shot as well, because you're supposed to have a flu shot when you're pregnant, and the whooping cough injection as well. And then it was, I think like 1 or 2 months after that I then got ill again, because my immune system was not great anyway. And later on in the pregnancy, I think it was after 20 weeks, like my breasts did start to feel like, and not so much tender, but they did feel different. And then obviously you started growing, you start stretching, you sort of feel yourself stretching, but it's not painful or anything. And I think after my 20-week scan, I think I was about 22 weeks, I started feeling like some sort of movement. I don't know what people are talking about, like the whole flutter thing, because I didn't actually feel any flutters. It was more like someone was actually like pushing me, sort of like when your heart beats really like fast, like you've done loads of exercise and it's like proper like beating at your chest. It sort of felt like that, but obviously it was probably like hand punches or kicking or something like that. And then I had difficulties in my pregnancy anyway, because she was fairly small. Because when she was born, she was only 4 pounds something, which is obviously not the biggest. And I had to be induced. She had to come out when I was 36 weeks. I think I gave birth to her 36 weeks and 6 days. So I was 36 weeks and 5 days when they induced me. It was just under 24 hours when I had her after being induced. But I just had to keep going for a checkup, so like a growth scans nearly every week. After 25 weeks, I think it was, or 26 weeks, I had to go every week for a growth scan to see how she's doing, as well as blood flow. She had to have a few blood flows and monitoring. So when she was in me, every time she kicked, I had to like press this little button thing, and because she didn't move as much, she wasn't a very active baby inside me, so I was on those machines for about 4 to 7 hours at the hospital, which kind of sucked. That was pretty much it. I think the second or third time I was on the monitoring thing, they just said like, we're going to induce you soon, mainly because she is so small. She's gonna have distress or something if she was to wait any longer. and they wanted to find out why she wasn't doing so well, why she wasn't growing so much and things like that. They said that she was probably just like a small baby anyway, because my BMI was only 17, which is only one under what the normal is. So yeah, I was induced. What they do is like this little like plastic flat thing with like a tampon string, quite a long string. They just put that in you, and it was after 24 hours. They then check your cervix to see if you've dilated or if any improvements happened. For me, it did happen. She checked me a few hours before she was supposed to check me, because I said like they come in a lot stronger, more frequent, because it was, I think it was like 2 p.m. she put it in, and then I think about that evening, must have been that evening, I started feeling contractions, and then at 3 o'clock in the morning I couldn't sleep, I was waking up because of the contractions. Paracetamol didn't help, so she knew then that it was contractions. And they were continuous, every 2 minutes, up until it must have been 11 or 12 o'clock lunchtime, that she then checked me and said like, you're 4 centimetres, etc, etc. So as soon as she checked me, she said that I was 4 centimetres. I tried calling my mother to tell her, and then I went to the bathroom because it felt like I needed to go for a wee. I couldn't go for a wee. I came back and I sat on my bed. I think I was sick. I came back, I sat on my bed and my waters broke. And then the lady gave me like this really big long pad thing, because she was trying to sort out getting the labour people ready for me. So I went to the bathroom and put that in, and when she was doing the checking my cervix, when she took the plastic thing out of me, I was having gas and air. It was really sweet, and it was a really weird feeling. I didn't really like it much. So once my waters were broken, I went to the bathroom to change my pants and whatnot. I rushed to my bed and I was sick, because I think from the gas and air I got up too quick or something. I must have been lightheaded, something like that. So I was being sick, and then I felt the contractions a lot more, and it felt like I needed a push. So I literally felt the pressure of her coming out. I think I was making this weird like growling noise or something. And then the woman came, changed my bowel. I was still making these noises. They then had to put me in a wheelchair and wheel me off to delivery. And I think I'm not too sure how long I was in there. Just under, I think it was about an hour and a half-ish. So when I got there, obviously, get rid of your underwear, obviously. And then she had to like wet me a little bit with a damp towel, I think. And then I started pushing every time I had a contraction. But every time I tried to push, it's like she couldn't come out, like I couldn't stretch anymore. And then I think after about 3 of those sort of pushes, my perineum split. And then I could push for longer and harder after that happened, because I'd stretched more. I think only 2 pushes and then she was out, because she was a very small baby. And then after she came out, they obviously then inject you with, after they've dealt with the baby, they inject you with something to help get your placenta out. Your placenta then comes out, which I found very discomforting. And then they just either stitch you up or something like that there and then. That's what happened to me. Mine all happened at the Conquest. So it was fairly straightforward. It was pretty easy and everything. And then when you're there anyway, after you've given birth, they then send you to a different sort of ward area where someone will take care of you. You just press a buzzer, they come. As well as like if you say like, oh, I'm just going to have a shower or something like that, if you just let them know anything, they'll keep an eye on your child for you and whatnot. So that was a great experience and everything. And then when I came home, because I wasn't in much pain after they sew you up as well, they put like this like a mini tampon thing in your bum. I think it dissolves after 2 hours or something. It was to do with, I think, some sort of pain relief or something. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but I think she said it was pain. I can't remember, but yeah, they do that. You don't feel anything anyway. So I didn't have any pain until I had to stay there for 2 nights after giving birth, because she had to go in a hot cot because she was so cold. Even though it was summer that she was born, she had to go in a hot cot for 1 night, and then we had to monitor her temperature during the day and night the next day to see how she was doing. And she did fine. She had to and then they have to do a hearing test and a newborn check, and they don't take too long, and then you're basically free to go if everything's okay. Because obviously this was all in the coronavirus sort of lockdown thing, it's probably different to what some people are experiencing before, or what they will be experiencing in the future. So the day I came home, I was a little bit discomforting, but it wasn't too bad. I think 2 days after that, so she must have been almost 4 days old, or 3 or 4 days old. It was sort of like sore to walk and things like that, like the pressure of standing up was kind of uncomfortable. So what I did was I just got like a normal sanitary towel, or you can even use your maternity pads if you want, and just put some witch hazel in near obviously where your bits are going to be, and that actually kind of helped quite a lot. I only needed to do that for like the first day. I think the pain for me only lasted probably like a week and a half, as well as the bleeding. I was only bleeding for about a week and a half as well. I think the pain started easing off about maybe a week, yeah, but there's still a bit of pain, like discomfort after that. The pain wasn't actually even that bad, it's just, you're just sore. When I was bleeding as well, I also had blood clots. They didn't know if it was to do with an infection or if there was anything still left up there. They did do a vaginal scan a few weeks after having her, I think. It must have been like 2 weeks after, 2-3 weeks after having her. They said everything was fine and whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say what my pregnancy was like, as well as the birthing and what happened afterwards. Everyone's different, obviously, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Bye.